Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Uh, in our last video, we start the Spring security part. We discussed about what is the Spring security it is, right? Let's continue the video. Right now, here when you execute the project, you will be able to see here the security key has been generated automatically. This is the basic code we have discussed so far. Right now, I execute the project. So here you will be able to see the basic security will be applied, right? So now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to generate the my own username and password, right? How to give the my own username and password, right? So how to do that, right? So without here, if you run the project, this is default when you put this dependency. When you put the dependency in the here, this dependency we have given Spring security, right? This default key is set. This is a default key, it has been set. Now instead of the default key, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it as my own security, right? So here you will be able to see here on security mean. Here you can type here. I can give the username and password, right? So you can type like this. Here I just copy and paste it here. Instead of your type here is spring dot security sorry, spring spelling wrong. Spring dot security here security dot user, here user dot name. We already typed, that's why it won't pop up, right? So okay, this how we have typed it. Okay, username, right, equal Raja. I just give the Raja. Right now I just get rid of this line. My password I'm going to type here myself here. Spring dot security user password. Here I just give the password as 123. Right now you will be able to see now it won't be displayed this auto generated security when you run the project. You can see here when you given the username and password into the inside the application property, it won't be displayed. Now you can see it not displayed so far, right? So now when you if you go here, now if you go and access this one, I'm going to this one, this is the employee details, right? You just copy it and go to the browser and check it, paste it. Now it asks the username and password, right? So username password, now I change it, right? So here there is no password is displayed. Now if you are going to give the wrong username and password, it will display bad credentials. My username is Raja, password I given as 123. Click sign up, employee details is displayed, right here. Okay, this is the basic security part we are discussed, right? We are so far discussed the basic security part, right? Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to go to create another controllers. So here I have created only employee controller. I'm going to create another controller this here. First controller I'm going to create customer controller. Customer controller. I have created one more controller another again. That's the task controller. I have created the 3 controllers. Task controller. Now what I'm going to do is simply first how to do the thing is first you have to these 3 things I just copied the same employee controller stuff, paste it to here customer controller as well. Here I'm going to change it as a employee. I'm going to change it as a customer, right? Okay, understand that? Okay, so the same thing. Yet get mapping this all things I just copied instead of writing. Paste it over here. Here I'm going to change it as employee details. I'm going to change it as customer details. right? So in my Spring Boot security video, part 1 video, I have how to create this get mapping, this method. I have written it, right? Again, if I written it, so boring, right? The video is going so lengthy. So that's why I have just copy and paste it. Okay, so you have to follow the steps, right? Now we have created the controls, customer details here, customer details. Right? When the request is come, when the API request is coming like this, it display the message as customer details. Now I'm going to create another thing is task controller. So I just copy the same thing. It's a task as well. Here also, employ the same thing. I just copy it into the task controller. Task details. The task details. The task details. Task details. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to these things I'm going to run it. So I want to apply the permissions. Right. So I'm going to apply the permissions. Permission mean this control, these two things we have to put the security. The authorized people only access. So I just given the things, right? Okay. Just you have to do it. Okay. Only the customer and employee, the authorization people can only access. That the task controller, anyone can access, right? Anyone can see the message. Only the customer controller and employee controller, the authorized people will be seen. Okay, so that the banking application also developed like this. The authorized, these are the part the authorized people only see. Okay, some parts are available, all the people can see, right? That's a public. Some things are private. The authorized people only can access. Okay, so the same scenario we have the example we are given here, customer controller and employee controller, we are given the permission. The authorized people can only access, others won't be able to access, right? The customer task control is a public one, everyone can see, right? Okay, right. Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to go to create the another package, right? That is a, we have to create the package which is a config. This is must. Inside the config package, I'm going to create the class which is a project security configs. Right? Right, project security config. Right? Config. Right. The class has been created successfully. Here the Spring Boot application, everything has a annotation. Then only the class will be under the Spring Boot application will be understand. Okay, this is the class which will be the configuration created for the configuration part. So you have to implement the configuration annotation. Right, sorry, not cross Trojan, it's a configuration. You have to implement the configuration annotation. Configuration annotation, right. We don't need them. We have to get rid of this line, right? Now inside this class, I'm going to create the bean. So that's a bean. So bean, I'm going to write security filter chain. Security, so right? Security. Right, security filter chain. This is a class you have to write. You have to put the security, you have to class security. So here the default you have to create the method as default security. That's default security filter chain. You write filter chain. You just select this one. Okay, instead of that, you just copy these 3 lines. The default security chain. You have to create the object. Okay, inside here we have write the HTTP security. HTTP security. Right here you have to create the HTTP. Right, HTTP. Right. That's it. That's the thing you have, right? After that, we have to throw exception. Right. This is not error. You don't get confused. Okay. After that, you have to write open and close bracket. Inside here, we have to give on the permissions. How to give the permission? HTTP or get this HTTP, because the HTTP, the request is coming via the HTTP here, HTTP protocol, right? So HTTP dot authorize request, authorize HTTP request, right? So here dot anti matches, you have to match these things, right? This is here where we have given the path of the authorization, right? So the people, this is the, we have to given the restriction, customer controller and employee controller. This is the private, they are those controller I made for the private purpose, right? The task controllers I created for the public purpose, right? Anyone can access task controller. The customer controller and employee controller can be accessed as authorized people of the system, right? So now I hope you all understand that. So we have to access the API. So how to access the API? You go here. When the request is coming, API slash v1 slash customer, it goes to the respective controller, right? So you have to given inside here, inside the double quotation mark, customer, right, comma, same thing, you just copy this line and paste it over here. Here you have to do it here as employee, right? Right? So dot authenticated, right? So after that, the same thing I just copied and paste it over here, right? So here we have write as this one should be a task, right? Here this one we have to given the permission is permit all, so it will be working. We can be working everywhere. Okay, this is the authorized people only. These two controllers we have given the authorized, authenticated mean this authorization people only access. This one we have permit all mean everyone can access the this controller. Right now I'm going to again you have type and, right, and you have type and, sorry, from dot and dot form login dot and HTTP basic, right? After that you have written HTTP dot build. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. Right. Now this is perfect. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Okay, we'll be checking, right? After run the application. Run it. Right. Let's run the browser and check it. Application here executed successfully without any error. So here also simple I have to give anything. This is the API we written. The get mapping we haven't given. Okay, this is the API customer slash customer details. We haven't given here. So you have given here slash customer details. Here also employee details have to given slash employee details. Then only it should work. Right. After that slash task details. And that's it. That's the thing out, right? Now what I'm going to say again, I'm going to run the project. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here, go here. If I execute the project again, here it asks the security. Okay, so if you are given the security only, it will be work. Now I'm going to give the security. What's the password and username and password I have given? This is the username and password given. Raja123. Raja123. The message has been dispatched. Employee details. Now if you are go for the, what is the details? Employee details, customer details. So customer customer details. We have got the customer details also. We have to apply it. It is working. You have to enter the password and correctly. Okay. So this one we have to working here. Just if you have to go to the application property, I have to delete them again and refresh it. Now here, now the session is done. Right. Now by again we have to working this one. You can see task details. Everyone can access without a username and password. You can see here the task API, comma task details. Task details. Press enter key. Now here it will be, we don't need the login credential. It will be, everyone can see this task details. But if you are going to the access the customer detail, customer and customer details, we need the login credential. Admin 123 is a password. Now you can, sorry, not Raja 123. This is a username and password. Now you can access. Okay. I hope you guys you understood the things as the string security part 2 tutorial. We have discussed about the how to apply the security for the controller. How to apply the security for controllers. Control access. How to apply the security. Right. We have to, in order to do the things, we have AND match. Right. This is the point. The API point. API point. We have to set the security like this. You have to use this AND matches. Okay. You have to use this methods authenticated permit code. Okay. You have to keep in remember how to apply the security for controller. Thank you for watching. This is all the source code I provide you. Thank you for watching.